evening Rotorua tonight on City News. Petrobras leaves the Raukumara Basin. A new reggae music festival planned for October, and the Rotorua Volunteer Coast Guard hold May Day appeal. Those stories and more in detail tonight on City News. Petrobras have announced that their oil survey ship has left the Raukumara Basin, and opponents are satisfied that protests on land and at sea have sent a loud and clear message to the oil industry that New Zealanders do not want deep-sea oil drilling. Petrobras were permitted to survey for 45 to 60 days, but only 32 days were used overall, including days that protests and bad weather had prevented surveying. Robert Ruha of Te Whanau Apanui says the early departure is a good sign, regardless of the days used or not used. Mr Ruha says Te Whanau Apanui will continue to oppose deep-sea drilling in its waters now and forever. He says they will continue to let the government know that they will oppose this exploitation of their environment for as long as it takes, and until deep-sea oil drilling and inland mining in our tribal territory is off the agenda forever. A new music festival is to be held in Quito Park in early October. Called New Zealand Polyfest, it's part of a major Australasian music festival and will feature 2 international artists, top Kiwi reggae bands and cultural performances. Organisers expect to attract audiences of 10,000 people to the event. The 12-hour music festival will feature Hawaiian reggae artist J Boog and a Hawaiian 6-piece reggae band called Hot Rain. Some of the Kiwi artists in the lineup will include 1814, Catch a Fire, Nesian Mystic and Shefu. 18 Māori and Polynesian themed stalls will sell food, services and products at New Zealand Polyfest, and the grounds near Kahukura Rugby Club will be fenced off for the event. The festival will also be in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. Organisers say Rotorua was selected to host the festival because of our central location and the success of reggae-typed events in the city, including the annual Ragamuffin Festival. Events and Venues events manager Martin Croft says New Zealand Polyfest is the first music event of such scale to be held at Quito Park. Tickets to New Zealand Polyfest will go on sale next week. Early bird tickets would cost $82. For more information, visit the event website polyfest.com.au. Rotorua MP Todd McLay has written to Health Minister Tony Ryle to seek funding to support the Rotorua Rescue Helicopter. Mr McLay says that the Bay Trust Rescue Helicopter provided an extremely important service to the people of the wider Rotorua area, and that it was currently facing a shortfall in funds as a result of the recession and from local generosity shown towards other appeals for Pike River and the Canterbury earthquake. The Rotorua Rescue Helicopter held a successful open day yesterday where the public learnt more about the services they provide. And the Rotorua Volunteer Coast Guard is currently running their inaugural May Day fundraising appeal. Coast Guard Rotorua Safety Officer Barry Gruby says there are about 25 consistent volunteers in Rotorua who are responsible for 14 lakes. Mr Gruby says they respond to call-outs anywhere from twice a month to 4 times a week. Barry Gruby says the funds raised will go towards ongoing training for volunteers.
The funds are going to be used to train. So basically what it is, it's train one, save many.
Wonderful.
So it's for practical training, so to basically get our guys and girls out there to learn how to become Coast Guard. There's an awful lot to learn.
Donations to the Rotorua Volunteer Coast Guard can be made at the ASB Bank or phone 0900 SOS SOS. And we will have more from Barry Gruby and the work of the Rotorua Volunteer Coast Guards later in the programme. Extreme kayakers are being warned someone will die if they don't pay more attention to safety. The warning comes after a Rotorua paddler injured his back in the Wainui River in the Bay of Plenty during flooding that turned the normally placid waterway into an adventure's paradise. Douglas McCormack spent a night in Tauranga Hospital after compressing his spine over a 10-metre waterfall. Experienced paddler Blair Anderson says more people were being drawn to the Wainui when it was in flood, and that brought dangers. He warned that people pushing the boundaries will eventually lead to someone dying on the river. In sport tonight, Indicator made it a back-to-back victory when he made short work of a quality field to post an effortless victory in the Rotorua Cup on Saturday. The 7-year-old has compiled a faultless record during the winter racing period, particularly on heavy track conditions, and strode out to the lead quickly wide out on the home turn to take control of the 2200 metre event. To your weather, Rotorua and the surrounding area tonight. Fine spells, westerlies, overnight a low of 9. Tomorrow, Tuesday, becoming cloudy, rain from evening and northerlies, high of 18 and low of 10. Outlook for Wednesday, rain setting in, strong gusty northeasterlies, a high of 17 and a low of 10. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Tuesday, northeast 10 knots developing in the morning, waves less than half a metre, rain developing in the evening. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, Rose and Kathy join us with What's On at Age Concern this month. Our volunteer Coast Guards are fundraising and Barry Gruby fills us in. And Chamber of Commerce CEO Roger Gordon takes us through some upcoming events.